Start here. It is 6 o'clock on Monday, December 23rd, 2024. This is the meeting of the Franklin Public Library Board of Trustees. Roll call here. This is Maria Imp, Annie Oklubgia.
Present.
Judy Williams-Kalaki.
Here.
Mike Karlovitz.
Here.
Terrence Ferris.
Here.
Amanda Pound is excused. She is at the Christmas Carol this evening. Alan Alexandrovich.
Here.
Christopher Dahl.
Here.
And Michelle Eichmann is not here yet. All right. There's no visitors. We have no public. And so we're going to move on to the approval of the November 25th, 2024 meeting of the trustees. Does anyone see anything? I had a question, Mike, under the strategic plan committee. The way that's worded, it said you reported that a draft is to be presented on September 24th.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Okay, is
But
it
that's
like,
not what we talked about the last week.
okay,
We talked about how we were going to be bringing together the strategic plan at the retreat.
okay. So those that
Oops,
just needs to be updated.
that might be me.
Oh, okay. Were you you
So-
weren't taking minutes?
No,
Or, but you were
when
using the template.
When
Okay.
I transcribe, sometimes I boo-boo. So I need to,
Say that again, Mike.
The draft of the strategic plan was presented, and we were going to formalize and work through objectives for the strategic plan at the retreat.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I see that.
Anything else on the minutes?
The retreat is January 18th.
Yes.
Because we talked about the 4th also. But
It's the
The
18th.
18th.
but it is the 18th, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Somebody
Okay.
make a motion, please.
Okay, I will move that the minutes from the November 20, to approve the minutes from the November 25th meeting with the...
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstained? All right, motion carries. Pass this down to Annie, I believe, or Michelle,
Yeah.
or somebody.
thank you.
Okay. Finance, Alan.
Okay, I'm looking for a motion to approve the invoices for Fund 16 in the amount of $4,853.45.
I so move.
I'll second.
That was Fund 16, you said?
Fund 16. this
Okay.
week. Yes.
That's on our toes. Okay.
All in favor?
I'm sorry. I was about to say any other questions. You did 16 before 15, so I'm all confused. Okay.
This is going to be a long meeting.
This is no, it's not. No, it's not. We're gonna be out of here. Okay. Anybody opposed or abstained? Motion carries.
Okay, Fund 15, I'm looking for a motion to approve the invoices in the amount of $15,452.89. There was nothing unusual in this listing.
I so move.
That was Annie
I'll second.
and Michelle. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstained? Motion carries.
Okay, Treasurer's Report. We are running very well. If you look at, I'm just going to kind of talk in generalities because I looked at the report where we have 11 months of actual for 2024 and we have the month of December from 23 in there, and it looks like we should come in under budget. We'll be just about right on expenses, although not exactly every line being perfect. And we're coming in slightly under in expenses, it looks like. So it looks like we're going to be all right.
Of course.
And there's nothing particularly interesting about the reports other than that. Things are pretty much as expected. Cash register report was again perfect as anticipated. And the the credit card report had nothing unusual on it. Did anyone have any questions as they read through it that they?
Were we expected to be over budget for Fund 15 for the year?
As far as revenues go?
No, expenses.
We were,
J-
we were digging into fund balance for the carpet
Mhm.
and other capital items.
I was just wondering if before the end of the year, we would need to do any other type of movement of things around.
I think we're going to be all right. Jennifer and I were talking about that before the meeting,
Mhm.
and the 11,000 for that we hit the budget is hit the financials this past month. Didn't create a problem.
I think we always get to the end of the year and wonder how close we're going to be.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
if you look
Close,
at,
but-
you get budget
Yeah.
year-to-date through the end of November, and it shows that we're going to be short 19 grand. Net revenues and expenditures is 19,185.
Fund 15?
Yep. Yeah, if you look at the column budget year-to-date through 11/34, the third one over,
On the city's spreadsheet?
yeah.
Yep.
See, I looked at the spreadsheet that I do where I've got 11 months actual plus December, and our revenues are coming in at 1,534,351. Budget was 1,535,304, slightly under, less than $1,000. And total expenses were budgeted at 1,675,000, and we're coming in at 1,696,000 with adding December to the November numbers. And you're right, we're about 19,000 off.
So I'm just wondering
But
if we're in a position where we are short at the end of the year, are we going to take care of that in January?
Well, last year's December also had $10,000 in building improvements.
I'm just trying to anticipate
Yeah.
how we might cover any shortfall, right? If we're going to be coming out of fund balance, can we
But
move
we-
money from Fund 16 to Fund 15 if we don't have as many expenses, you know, what we might think about doing?
It's already budgeted. Because we budgeted 1.675.
I'm just looking at the bottom number on the reports, and it says at the end of this, you know, year-to-date through November, we're at 19,185,64.
Do we have to formally move money?
I can verify with Danielle, but always before they just said it comes out of fund balance.
Yeah, it comes out of fund balance. It's like, it's standard accounting procedure is if the company loses money, retained earnings goes down. If they make money, retained earnings goes up. And I look at fund balance like corporations' retained earnings. However you end, it
But I will
affects it.
ask.
Yeah. Because just knowing where, the conversation that we had last meeting about fund balance, going forward, if we can be taking money out of it, fine. If there's ways that we can move money from one fund to another fund and avoid that, however. Because if we don't spend the money in the budget at the end of the year, then it's gone. But if we spend money out of the fund balance, then it's gone. Right? So I don't know if there is one way or the other that would work better.
It's not gone. We're carrying it in fund balance. If we wind up underspending or bringing in much more revenue and we have $100,000 over, our fund balance is up $100,000.
Oh,
And the next
I
year for
understand
100
that, but the
yeah.
conversation started as being short money, not having over money.
Okay,
So I'm just was curious.
okay.
The other piece that to remember is we still have a reciprocal borrowing check that will come to us in February that will be
posted.
applied to this year. So that would be an additional 59,000, almost 60,000.
Okay.
That helps
Yeah.
make people feel better.
Problem resolved.
And did we get
Well,
an answer about the fund balance and what happens with the fund balance when it goes below? Okay. All right.
If I could ask again, what's that term in accounting that's equivalent to fund balance as we use it?
Retained earnings?
Retained earnings. Okay, thanks.
Okay, I'm done.
Any other questions for Alan? All right.
Good job, Al.
Wow. We are going to move on to the new business agenda item 6A, the adoption of the general records schedule for Wisconsin Public Libraries. And this is something that we have been talking about for a while. At least it's been in the back for a while. So,
I mean, does anybody have any questions about it, or is it, I mean, basically with
So we haven't had this
this.
before, just to be
No.
clear. Okay.
No,
and that's part of the issue.
yeah, I want it clean.
Yeah, there's piles and piles
want
of
it
stuff
clean
that
and I
we've been
want-
saving.
yeah.
So if you have been following this all along,
Right.
then you just bring it to our attention? That this is the process that you go
Yeah.
through?
But we have to adopt it. Then
Mhm.
I have to fill out the form to send to the Wisconsin Historical Society. Once I get word that they have received it and approved it, then I could start destroying.
Start doing. So we, as a board, need to adopt it.
I'll make a motion to adopt it.
Second.
So, okay.
Okay, that was Mike and Alan. Any questions about that document and what it means and what's going to happen if it's all approved and everything?
So if you have questions about what can be retained or destroyed, you contact the Historical Society, or what happens?
Yeah, or our city
Attorney, okay.
Any other questions?
I would probably hold on to, sorry, I'd probably
Oh.
hold on to anything if I wasn't sure
Mm-hmm.
before destroying.
Absolutely, sure.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? All in favor of adopting the general record schedule for Wisconsin Public Libraries?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstained? All right, the motion carries. We are, you must have taken this from last year's.
Why, what did I
Going into
do?
closed session?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. We are going to take a roll call vote to enter closed session to discuss the, let's see, pursuant to Wisconsin statute, section 19.851C, to consider employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data, specifically of Maureen and Carrie, which we have jurisdiction and exercise responsibility. Then we will take a roll call vote to reconvene into open session. So, in Antioch Club Gia, to enter closed session, yes or no?
Aye.
Judy Williams-Kalaki.
Aye.
Mike Karlovic.
Aye.
Terrence Ferris.
Aye.
Alan Alexandrovich.
Aye.
Christopher Dahl.
Aye.
And Michelle Eichmann.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay. All right, the board moved to come out of closed session after discussing compensation for the assistant director and the, what is she, the circulation manager. Okay, so.
Guess I make
I
a
know.
motion.
Judy, I'm gonna make Judy make the motion.
I will move that the circulation manager receives the city-approved 2.75% increase for calendar year 2025, and that the assistant director receive the city-approved 2.75 increase plus an additional 0.75 increase for 2025's compensation.
And I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstained? All right, motion carries. All right, Jennifer, we're moving on to agenda item 6C regarding the cleaning contract.
One thing I didn't put in here is the fact
Oh.
that I talked with Joe,
Yes, okay.
so I did
I'm
not,
glad you caught that.
yes, I
Okay.
did not put that in here, and I thought about that this weekend. I was like, ugh. So Joe is totally on board with this.
Okay.
He's fine with, one of the things was the old maintenance supervisor was wanting to get rid of a staff member that he would supervise,
Yes.
but Joe does not have those concerns. So he is I met with him, we talked a long time about it. He didn't realize we were paying more than they were paying at City Hall, which he thought was terrible. And he is fine with this whole idea. So I just need,
I have good questions.
yes.
I'm sorry.
Can I point one other thing
Yeah.
out though? Not that this will. Jennifer and I also talked about the fact that they are. It is not the same job designation as the old person, as the position prior to the contractors. This position going forward would be a maintenance custodian, and so they would be hired at a higher pay rate, and they would be able to do light maintenance duties as well.
Did not answer
Okay.
any of my questions, but thank you
Okay,
for the information.
I just-
So, one of my questions was, what does the termination clause say in the contract that we have right now? Do we have to give 30 days notice?
60 days,
60 days. So this will not go into effect until.
March 1st.
Yes.
Okay. And
Well, that's
Yeah.
actually be early March because
okay. And what is the likelihood we are going to be able to hire somebody in that time frame to do this work?
that's a good question.
Because what happens if
And
we
that was
don't?
a discussion
What
I
happens
had
if we
with
don't?
That was a discussion I had with Dana.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So with the previous position, it paid like $17 an hour, and it was hard to attract
Mm-hmm.
somebody to work that. So they did have, they did have issues with increasing the pay, making a maintenance custodian. It's going to be possibly a little easier to. I mean, we just never know.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be hard, and it's hard to know exactly what will happen, whether the company would just stay on as long as we need them, or if they'll be like, nope, we're moving on. I don't know.
And then you say its total cost is $81,302 for 52 hours per week, but it says city to hire a new 20-hour per week. So is this going to apply throughout the city? I'm just trying to figure out how we get to 52 hours from 20 hours.
So the 52 hours. I'm blanking out. I have it written down in here. We currently get 42 hours of cleaning and maintenance each
Is
week.
it like 2 people are doing it? Well, and the other thing is the 20 hours
because-
doesn't include weekends. So what's going to happen on the weekends?
We still have the weekend guy.
weekend
He works
person.
12 hours a week.
Oh.
So
Okay.
this is just a Monday through Friday thing?
This is a Monday through Friday.
Is the 2 hours because you'd have 2 people working 20 hours per week plus the weekend person at 12? That would be 52.
No, it's because we only have 2 hours. We only get 2 hours a night, 10 hours a week of the dust-free cleaning, whereas we would have 20 hours a week. It would be an increase of 10 hours a week. Is that what? Am I?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how we get to the 52.
So we have our morning custodian.
Oh,
maintenance
so it's
custodian
changed
at
as 2 20 hours. It's 2 20-hour people plus
Right.
the 12.
He's current.
Yeah.
And then we have the 12-hour, and then we
I
have
got
another
it. Oh,
20-hour for
okay,
52
got
hours.
it.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're keeping the person who is working the morning.
Yes.
And then we're looking to hire somebody to work the evenings
Mm-hmm.
for the 20 hours plus the weekend. Got it. That gets to the 52. Okay, that was my
And that
question.
person's going to take care of the evening setup?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do any of the hourly employees ever assist with any cleaning duties?
I mean, yeah. We clean our
You
own.
have to.
What's your question?
Yeah. We clean our
Why do
own
you
desk
ask?
areas.
Well, I'm just wondering if, if like, say, like, the shelfers, like the high school kids that work here, but if they run out of work during their shift, then do they get like a Swifter to go around and dust? Or I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
we find things for them to do. They're always busy. I mean, so a shelver, when in the very rare instance that they don't have something,
Yeah.
something to shelve, they might shelf read to, check to see things. They tidy, they go along and they straighten books. And if they ever got to it, yeah, we would assign them cleaning. We just never get there because
Yeah,
there's
There's always
like
shelving.
always.
Yeah.
I mean, we, return like somewhere in the neighborhood of 400, 300 to 400,000 items a year. It's a lot to shelve.
Yeah. Okay. I just was wondering how that worked. Thank you.
Yeah. And then the rest of us do clean our own spaces when we have time. Don't look at my office.
Did Dust Free bring along any equipment or cleaning supplies that we're now gonna have to pick up?
We still have our vacuum cleaners. We do need a better vacuum cleaner. So Dust Free had their vacuum cleaners and then their cleaning supplies. It did not amount to a whole lot. You're talking about the bathroom sanitizers but we were still buying window cleaner. I mean, we still have our own stuff we were purchasing as well.
So, but you haven't factored that in here?
Well, that's not, I don't think that's a significant amount.
Because I remember when we were hiring Dust Free, it was mentioned that we would have that savings.
And I
Right.
don't know how much of a savings that really ended up being. We still buy our own paper products.
Okay.
So basically, they were just buying the stuff they used to mop the floors, and that's clean
Wouldn't
the
that be a
toilets
good
and-
common buy throughout the city for all the buildings, for all of the places to have, regardless of whether you're talking about City Hall or whatever, that if there's paper supplies, everybody uses the same paper supplies and you have central purchasing?
I think that's what Joe does. I mean, Joe does all the purchasing, the head of the buildings. So he's buying for the library and City Hall and the PD,
Okay.
DPW. fire station.
DPW. So
Yeah.
I think there is.
There's some centralized.
Yeah.
All right, do we need to take action on this? Okay.
Well, the question went out to Jennifer about what's the likelihood of us getting somebody in, and like, when do you start the search?
Right away.
Sure.
As soon as we notify Dust Free that we're terminating, we would start the process for.
Should we find out if we can go month to month if we don't find somebody before we terminate?
Can you work that into the motion?
I make a motion
That's just yes.
that we terminate the cleaning contract between Dust Free Cleaning Services and Franklin Public Library, dependent on our ability to continue on a month-by-month basis with them until we have hired a new maintenance custodian.
So what happens if they say no?
Right. That's
Then what are
my
we doing?
question.
Coming back in January?
Yeah, because it's dependent.
And how do you find someone? Are you going to post it here, or?
Because we can't
It's
do
a city
anything until we
job.
find out if we can.
I know what you're saying.
But if we can, then she can start looking right away.
Does it have to be a commercial cleaner, or can it be residential?
No, it's got to be commercial.
You mean for
cleaning the library.
Because I'm just thinking there's so many, we always see advertised, so many residential
Well, there.
residents in the city, right here in the city of
Well, they
Franklin
could
that have
apply.
cleaning companies.
They have to have maintenance experience.
It's a maintenance custodian.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Yeah. That might be a little trickier.
Or not, I don't know.
So did you not like my motion?
Oh my gosh.
Motion on the floor.
Oh, that's right, second.
Thank you.
Now
I
we
was-
can start talking.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So, that's just my question. I just because it could potentially delay us by 30 days. That's just the thing we have to realize. I'm not
So
sure
do we
there's a
have
better
two
way to
different
say it. I'm just
situations
saying.
here where
that.
we're looking for an individual, and we're also looking for a cleaning service?
No.
Well,
it's
this
a
one motion is just for
terminating.
terminating, and then there's another one for
We'll do another.
allowing me to work with the city to hire.
What is the city doing with this?
Well, what I'm saying is that, do we have an individual are we looking to hire individuals to work cleaning for the library? Are they part of this Dust Free cleaning replacement, or are they separate? Do we have two different situations here? One where
There-
we're hiring people, and one where we're contracting with a cleaning service?
No,
We're terminating
we're
cleaning
terminating the
services.
cleaning service, then hiring,
Replacing them.
Replacing
Replacing
them
them with?
with a
And
20-hour
one employee.
week maintenance
Who will be a
custodian.
city employee.
Who the city would employ.
Thank you.
Yes. So that goes back to my question. Are you comfortable, Jennifer, that if they say no on the month to month, then we have another 30 days that we'll have to wait?
Right. I mean, it's up to, I mean, if,
I don't know what the cost looks like. You're the one who knows the costing. So I mean, how much money does that cost us to wait 30 days?
But 30, you want 3,152 versus
3,100.
2,700, so about four.
Oh, so it's not
$400 to
it's not- it's not
$500
that
difference.
much. I'm fine with it if you're comfortable with it. I just want to make sure that we're realizing that's what it means.
Why are you looking at me?
What is
You
the
made
city?
a motion.
I'm not
What is the
offended.
city doing with Dust Free? Are they dumping them too?
No.
They did already, I thought.
They just I think it was just that couple.
Oh, I see. Okay, so they just replaced that couple within the company.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're going to continue working with Dust Free.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we have a little bit
I
of
wasn't
leverage
even
then.
There was a situation.
Since
They'll already be around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Okay.
So we're voting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions or? Okay. All in favor of Annie's motion, if you want to repeat it.
No, she doesn't.
Okay.
I
It bears
I'll
no
work my
magic.
think we
magic
all
typing.
know what it means.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
we all know.
All in favor of that?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstained? Okay, then a second motion is needed. Is that what you're saying, Jennifer? To approve, okay, I make a motion that Jennifer moves forward after terminating, if the contract with, thanks, Annie. If the contract with Dust Free is terminated, that Jennifer move forward with posting a position through the city for a maintenance custodian.
Why do we need that motion?
Because all we voted on the first one is to terminate the.
But it won't be terminated because she might have a 30-day, month to month.
But we're looking to terminate that contract.
Can't we just say that we're authorizing her to hire a 20-hour per week evening maintenance custodian effective with the termination of the contract?
There we go.
I like that.
That's what I said.
Second.
Okay. I'll,
Wait, say it one more time though.
Slower.
We're authorizing Jennifer to hire a 20-hour per week evening maintenance custodian effective with the termination of the dust-free cleaning services contract.
Lawyers at work, ladies and gentlemen.
And Alan seconds.
And Al, yes. Okay. Questions?
The way you're wording it is impossible.
Why is it impossible?
Because if you dump Dust Free today, you don't have a person working immediately. Because that's what you said, upon the termination of Dust Free.
Well,
No,
including their
effective-
60 day.
Effective with the
including-
termination. We're giving
I
notice,
mean,
but it's
that's
not going to be
part of the
terminated.
contract.
The termination is when they stop coming in. The notice is that they've got 60 days
Right.
before they stop coming in.
Right. She has the authority right now to hire somebody. The
And-
hiring is effective on the termination. She can't hire them before. They can't start before the contract is terminated.
So if she interviews with somebody today and they go, I'll take the job, we say, you can have it in 60 days.
Well, right, that's what we're going to have to do. That's why I'm
Okay.
saying she
Well,
wants
that's
to
not
do.
me, that's human resources.
Okay.
But that's right, that that's what they want to do, right? We can't hire them beforehand.
Right,
Okay.
so it would be somebody who would start in early March.
Then I love it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstained? Okay.
Jennifer, if that doesn't work out, you can come back to us next month or at the strategic retreat.
Right, exactly. Okay, we are looking at the cooperative relationship with the foundation. That is the last item of new business.
I thought this would be a nice thing to look at since we're talking about
Yeah.
developing a closer relationship
relationship.
between the board and the foundation next year, or
Then we should
in the
include
future.
some things in here that are gonna be in addition to what's currently here.
So,
Like we talked about having them being part of the retreat.
Or having an annual meeting with
Having
us
an
at
annual
least.
meeting, right?
Okay.
So I mean,
Do they then have a I don't know, I've not been to, I realized I should go to a foundation meeting and see what it's like, but do they have a statement like this on their end?
No.
With the relationship with us? Okay, maybe I would encourage the foundation, Annie. to maybe, I don't know what kind of policies they have or what their, stuff looks like, but, okay.
I assume they're running on a smaller scale.
Right, sure. Different,
And we have 3 meetings a year.
right, okay. So we want to add a statement in there, not maybe now with an annual meeting with the board?
Mhm.
Participate in an annual meeting
Mm-hmm,
with the library board.
mm-hmm.
Um,
And that would be, a planning meeting for the purpose of, talking about. Ways
Cooperative
that,
relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to come up with something, bring this back next month?
Great.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
Maybe you could work with Annie or Dennis.
We have a meeting.
Okay.
We have a meeting, so.
Yeah, maybe they want also.
I think we should ask them before we include it, because we don't want to adopt a policy and then find out that Dennis or the board has got a problem with
Our
it.
meeting's like January 2nd, so
Yeah.
we can.
It's gonna get moved, but,
Oh, it is?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember reviewing this in May either.
All right.
I
So,
don't either.
okay.
I don't either.
Wait, what?
It said it was reviewed May of 2022.
And this is like the first time I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
I was
Me
like, did I
too.
just like miss a meeting?
It was reviewed in the future.
May 2022, 2 years ago.
We
Yeah,
reviewed
okay.
this? I don't remember this at all.
Yeah.
2.5 years ago, you would remember a policy review?
Oh,
Or-
something like this with the
Probably,
foundation?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
saw anything with the foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
I
sensitive topic for reasons that predate you.
No.
All right, so
No,
we're gonna.
The friends. That was the difference.
That's you can't, the word cannot be used.
There were a lot of meetings about that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not about the foundation.
I know, but just in general because of the.
Alrighty, we are gonna move on to old business, agenda item 7A, and we're gonna review the emergency closing policy.
So real quick, I
Yeah.
added that in red
Mhm.
after talking with Lauren, who said there's not really anything that the city would do. The library's listed as a warming, cooling,
Mhm.
well, actually a bad weather shelter under Impact 211.
Mhm.
So,
Well, it's interesting, you put it in there, but then down below in the bullet points, there's all sorts of reasons why it doesn't make any difference if it's a warming center. The weather's
True.
too crummy, there's all sorts of reasons why you wouldn't have it anyway, so it's a warming center in the conditions of what?
Well, I think at our last.
You know what I mean? It's just like, if the conditions are so bad, you're gonna be sending people home, closing the library, you're not gonna be able to warm anybody.
I mean, we're a cooling,
Cooling center, I
warming
can
site,
see.
yeah.
But warming center, I don't know, you know what I mean?
My question is, do we need it? I mean,
That was my thought
do we
too.
want to make a I don't necessarily agree. Do we want? Yeah, I think we should add impact to your procedures, right? Because you have the procedures, and the procedures we added that they would call. One of the procedures is if we can't stay open, we call 211.
Yeah.
And they identify where the nearest place is, so we can notify the public. But I don't disagree with Mike having it in the policy. Sort of suggests that we are guaranteeing we're going to be operating as a warming center.
When down
Except
below, we're saying
for-
we're not.
Right.
10 different reasons why we might
Yeah.
Okay. So you want me to remove what?
I would just remove what you added, but then add to the procedures the 211 contact,
Yeah.
so that we can tell people where to go if we're closed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It does.
Well, and
It-
also tells Impact 211 that we are closed, so don't refer people
Yes.
to us.
Right.
Yeah.
Refer them to the next closest
Right.
cooling.
Yes,
warming.
I think that's
Yeah.
the right approach.
I was actually
Okay.
looking for the procedure that was gonna follow
We
this.
don't have. Yeah, I looked at it beforehand because there's some past codes on it.
So this came up because last month when we were brought
Yes.
this policy,
Yeah.
people said, well, I thought we were a warming center, so shouldn't it be in our policy something about the warming
No, but I think what we
center?
said was-
And now it is, and now we're
No,
taking
no.
it
I
out.
think
But-
what we said was, who's the backup? Because we don't have
Yes,
a backup
yes.
identified. I think
And-
that was the issue.
and that question was also answered. There,
Yeah.
there simply is no other backup in Franklin.
So
So,
additional changes are needed to the policy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
actually,
No.
or do we just want to approve it
I
with
think-
that?
just take out that sentence.
Yeah.
Take out the red language. Now that we know that there is no backup.
So technically, the red language has not been added. So we
Right.
could just
So we will just
reaffirm.
Reaffirm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I move that we reaffirm the
without
emergency
changes.
Yep. Reaffirm the emergency
I'll
closing
second.
evacuation policy, and Mike seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstained? Okay, but Jennifer, you did add something to the procedures.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's for the librarian.
Perfect. All right, taking a look at the master calendar, agenda item 7B. Jennifer added the quarterly updates to that.
But I'm questioning the dates. Okay, you're gonna do a strategic quarter one plan update in April, which covers March, right? So you're doing the month after.
Yeah.
So we should be doing April, May, June. In July,
Yeah,
we
you're
should be
right.
doing.
Oh, that was
quarter
my
two.
boo-boo.
And then
Yeah,
in October,
yeah,
we
right.
should do quarter three. So
Okay.
just back each of those up.
Yeah,
and then
sorry, that was me.
we're done.
All right, one more time, Jennifer.
It's just the August and the November ones that have to
Right.
be changed.
It just have to be moved up a month.
Good
All
catch,
right.
Mike.
Do we need the parenthetical comment about we may need to wait until August on the committee appointments? We'll just schedule them for July.
I agree. Why don't we just have it as July and we can always make a motion to, or you can just
Okay.
schedule it
Which is what we,
separately,
okay,
right?
you can take that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Looks
Okay.
good.
I'll make those changes.
Okay, agenda item 8. Michelle, an update from the council.
I have nothing to update at this time other than to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Then to what?
Then to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you. You didn't give me time to get Amanda's update here. Okay, Amanda sent me.
I mean, if you're not here.
Well, I know, but I think Annalee kind of started with sending an update.
Just change it.
It's just Well, there's an update even if she can't be here. I don't know, I guess.
What is it?
Something-
What is the
it?
update? Just tell us.
All right. Within the elementary school libraries, Jill and her team are starting to add bilingual books to the collection. Denise Ryan, who is an English learner teacher in the district, provided input on a list of languages that of the students we currently serve in Franklin. And then work collaboratively with Jill to find books in those languages so the children have books to read in their home language. The first books ordered are now in elementary school libraries. The education assistants have shared this information with the classroom so that students know where to find these books. The high school has some Spanish titles already in their libraries, and the middle school is looking to build their list. Please let me know if you have questions. And I assured her too that our library has books for people in other languages and that their students can check out materials from our library with the student ID. Since Amanda's new to the district, she maybe didn't know that about the Franklin Library. So there. All right. All right, and then as for myself, we completed the evaluation process for Jennifer. And then just a reminder that January 18th is our library board retreat. Is there anyone, I guess that's under meetings coming up also. I will, that's it.
What's the date again?
The 18th. at
January
9 o'clock.
18th, it's on our upcoming board meetings.
Okay.
At 9
Yeah.
o'clock, you're saying?
8:30.
thought we were saying
earlier.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
We had 8:30.
You got 9 o'clock on it? You got
Yeah,
9
I
o'clock on
do,
here?
but I saw 8:30 somewhere.
Okay, the
I don't want it.
I will tell
Later.
you,
I
I
wanna have it
will,
earlier.
okay, so the strategic planning retreat starts at 9 a.m. If you want breakfast, come at 8:30. How about that? I think that's kind of what we decided.
Actually, I thought we decided come at 8.
I thought we decided
Oh.
that too.
8:30,
Thank
Because
you.
remember last year you called me at like 8:05 and I was like,
I remember.
I thought we had a
get
2.
my French toast
Because I
sticks late.
have, I have a Marquette game at 1. So
Oh,
we're
okay.
doing it earlier. Am I wrong about that? I thought you were
No.
with me on it. I thought we were doing it 8 earlier.
I always push for 8.
Okay,
I like 8.
so let's
8
say,
breakfast, 8:30 start.
Yes.
alrighty,
So
I'm
be
writing
here
it
by
down.
8:30.
I'm sorry, what is the date on that?
January 18th. It's
8
under
o'clock
the
breakfast.
upcoming meetings.
Flip the page. It's-
Yeah,
Yeah, it goes to 2 pages.
So 8 a.m. breakfast,
It's like,
8:30 start.
yep,
okay,
all right.
18.
Can I get
8 a.m.?
Can I get an
8
idea
for
of
breakfast,
who's gonna
8:30
be
the
here?
meeting starts.
Terry, are you planning on being here?
I'll be here.
I'll be here.
Oh, here.
Over here. I won't.
I will, and Amanda said she would.
Okay, so it's on, okay, so 8.
Did you miss last year too? No.
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 You were there, okay.
I did point out that Alan could call in.
Me?
It's on my phone, I guess.
You gonna
I'm
be
here.
Okay, it's
Okay,
on
no
Terry's.
breakfast, no
Michelle's
call.
gonna be here.
Right. I was gonna-
I'll be here too.
Okay.
I was there last year.
Yeah,
The French toast sticks were amazing.
yeah.
Okay, I'll get them again. That's two
we all like
people
the French
who've,
toast.
You have commented on that. Okay, so everyone but Alan will miss you. If you have anything you want to suggest or anything, you are welcome to submit that in advance. Okay. All right, Jennifer, your report.
does anybody have any questions after reading through here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I already had it
You
on
go
my
to
calendar.
Mephiles Library Directors meetings every month? What do you guys talk about?
Every-
No, seriously, I'm just like, you go every month, but if there's some stuff that you bring back from those directors meetings, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, this hoopla is that kind
I was
of,
just
Yeah,
asking what
right.
hoopla-
yeah.
Okay.
So,
So what's the hoopla sitch? So like right now they want to keep us, so they're willing to drop the 2 is pretty much what it is.
they're making an exception
okay.
and allowing us to drop to 2. If they hadn't done that, they probably would have lost.
Yeah, it's the economy.
Everyone.
Stupid.
Everybody, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As it is, they're losing Greendale, Cudahy, and North Shore Libraries.
So what's LDAC stand for?
Library Director Advisory Council.
Okay, so that's permanent.
A lot of it we talk about technology and
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
And I think we can talk about this maybe at the strategic
Yeah.
planning retreat, that I think we may be working towards dropping hoopla.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Or seeing how it goes over with these,
Yeah.
going down to 2.
I did mention it to Steve that we would
Mhm.
like to continue the discussion for this
Yeah.
year
Yeah,
on what we can do
Mhm.
to better maximize our dollars
yeah,
um,
so.
As a system.
as a system. Mhm.
But there was also your suggestion that there be some type of regular reporting to us about what's happening there.
I mean, I can include the packet. It would make our packet larger. I mean, usually I just
How about just
report on the
summarize?
stuff that.
You summarize in
Yeah.
here, so if there's some nuggets in there that would help us.
Mm-hmm.
Because you go into these meetings, or if you attend, Chamber of Commerce meetings or stuff like that, so like, it's your time that you're spending that's of value, hopefully, in you becoming a better director.
Mm-hmm.
So let's.
Well, I think it's the communication and cooperation among all the libraries that's important.
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
I think we all
So
go out
just
to
kind of
lunch
understand-
afterwards and we talk about best practices.
Yeah.
I learn a lot. I learn a lot about what other libraries are doing at these meetings.
And I would like to learn too.
Why don't you go with? Can he go with to a
I
meeting?
teach.
Well, what days is on?
I'm busy during the day.
Human tea.
Unbelievable.
I can send you all the minutes from the previous meetings.
You're missing the point. Just give me the executive summary.
Why don't you bring
No,
something
I'm not
from
going
each
to
meeting?
meetings. No, I don't want the packet.
Pick something. from
Okay.
each. Okay,
You can bag them.
Moving right along.
moving right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions over anything else in the director's report?
Is the at a glance? Do we have lower meeting rooms, etc. Last year because or last month because of the carpeting situation?
Yeah,
Okay.
my other, because I keep 2 at a glances and one I have highlight, because it helps me see. So yeah, the computer use, the meeting rooms, and the Wi-Fi were down significantly in November over the previous November, and that was because of the carpeting. I mean, what was amazing to me was our gate count wasn't down that much, and our physical circulation wasn't down that much, considering the amount of disruption that carpeting project.
Why do we have 4,000 hits for programs audience in October?
Trunk or treat.
Oh, we count all that. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay.
Can I just mention something since
Yes.
we're discussing the meeting rooms? Just a kind and friendly reminder, since we are in election season, just so all staff knows that the rooms cannot be used in the library for campaigning as they were 3 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, I will remind Andy, who is the one who goes in and approves the
Just as-
request,
yeah, it's
just
just
to
a good
remind him.
time to
I
remind.
think because of what happened,
We changed the
4
wording
years-
altogether on that.
yeah, I think because of
There
what
were
happened
two,
a
not
few
one, but
years ago.
two.
Yeah, there were 2 the same year.
Actually, 3 candidates. 2 of them partnered together, so there
Yeah.
were 3. One was my opponent. was
I
like,
think
really?
we also changed that they couldn't hold any kind of meeting
Within a
within a certain
certain amount of
time.
time, we did
Even if
change
they
it.
called it like a
Right, 'cause
town
those
hall.
meeting
meetings-
greet.
Yeah, they
No.
called it something that it was
They
not.
called it
And
a,
used it. Yeah, they were one.
Correct.
My opponent was tricky.
Or
Yes.
somebody came in, I think, to one and turned it,
They
maybe it wasn't
called
even
it-
the person themselves,
no, they
but
called it a listening session,
yes.
and it ended up
Yes.
being a campaign
Yeah.
event.
That
But
was
we
the-
even,
that's
we
what
even
my
don't
part of it.
we don't even allow listening sessions during that period
Right.
anymore. We put it in the
We
meeting
put it
room
in that
policy
policy. Yeah.
so,
Mhm.
you know.
And you
we'll
could,
be
I
very
mean, I would
careful.
encourage you to take a glance at that policy, the meeting room policy, and make sure it
I,
looks.
yeah, I'd like
yeah.
to, but I have full trust in
Yeah,
what you guys
yeah.
are doing, and I appreciate it greatly because that was pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
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 It,
No, it wasn't a good
it
look.
caught us off guard too.
Appreciate the budget work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think,
A lot of money.
I think we could do it. so.
Yes, yes, for sure.
And then I forgot to mention this, but the in-house newsletter, Janice gave me this because she likes to
Oh.
keep track.
Yeah.
And she thought you guys might be interested to see that we had the low of newsletter production during COVID, but that it's back up to almost what it was pre-COVID.
Nice.
And at the end of the month, because of the way we print them out, we rarely get rid of any.
Mm-hmm.
Because we just slow down printing them towards the end of the month so that we're
Sure,
not
sure.
getting rid of them. So,
Nice.
I mean, these are actual newsletters being taken,
Good.
and that was it.
Okay. Annie, agenda item 12 is the foundation update.
We had the bake sale,
Okay.
made
Nice.
2,000 and change.
Yeah, 2,000, a little over 2,000 total. 1,600, between 16 and 1,650 was bake sale alone,
Gotcha.
and then we sold 38 calendars,
Okay.
raffled calendars.
And we have an upcoming meeting in January.
Okay.
Anything else from a fundraising that we should know about coming up?
And we've got
I
Well,
the,
you support the, I wonder if during Great Decisions, that would be an opportunity to,
Fundraise? We've
Well,
talked
we
about
put-
that over and over again.
we
You
put the
a-
donation jar out, and I do get some.
mm-hmm.
And a Venmo.
Okay.
I haven't done the
QR code.
Venmo yet. I have to.
And, or maybe just, this is put on, supported by the foundation and ways that they can just go online, give them a QR code and a thing where they can go
Yeah,
ahead
well,
and,
we've talked about putting
become
the QR
donors to
code,
the
like, right
library
there.
or foundation.
So I'm going to send you this picture. I was at the Domes, and they have this little machine that says $10 on it, and you can stick your credit card in it, and $10 donation. It might be something that a foundation. It's not like, as far as I know, it's not Venmo or anything. It's just. So
Yeah,
I will
that sounds great.
forward this picture, and maybe before your January meeting. So
Yeah, most of those things have fees. You just have to check and see
right,
what
I
it is.
know, but
I know every time I donate.
They
how
all
much
have
is it?
fees.
$7
Pay for the
is
additional
better than
fees.
$0.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, so just to reiterate, our strategic planning. Were you done, Annie?
Pardon?
Were you done with foundation?
Great decisions
Yes.
is coming
Or-
up.
Okay.
Oh, great decisions
Great
is coming up in
decision. Okay.
March.
February,
February,
March.
Wednesdays.
Okay. Our retreat is Saturday, January 18th, 8 a.m. If you want French toast sticks. There won't be any left at 8:30 when we start the meeting.
And bacon.
January 27th meeting, I will not be here, Mike.
Okay.
Do you want to do the agenda with Jennifer, or would you like me to? Okay.
I'll do it.
Okay. So I'll let you two figure that out. Anybody else not going to be here in January?
I'm a little questionable.
I'm also a little
In January or just in general?
Well, it depends what we're talking about.
Right. So Alan and Judy are questionable. So that brings us
Ooh.
9876. Anybody else?
I believe I am questionable.
Okay, so
Just
do
need
we
to
need
see.
to, that, if everybody, well, I'm a definite not here. And if
Hold on one second. I
three
just have to check on
questionables, that'll
flight
bring us
time.
under a quorum, I think.
No, we'll still be okay.
Get
Oh.
the lounge and-
1, 2,
Five.
3, 4. Oh, if Amanda's
Oh yeah,
here,
I will
five.
not be here.
Okay, so Annie's a for sure,
You will not be here.
I am a for sure.
and I'm a for
So-
sure.
I plan to be here.
Okay. Mike will be here. You could be here.
I
You're
might
not.
be here. It depends upon Chicago traffic.
Gotcha.
And I
The
might be
train.
here, it depends on.
Oh, that'll be even worse.
Okay.
Why?
So what?
Because of the timing.
Okay, so,
I
well,
think
and
if we moved
Amanda,
it, we moved it to the previous Monday. I think that'd be
No.
too close to the
No.
then it would be like
strategic
the 18th
planning.
and the,
It would be
yeah,
right after
yeah.
the strategic planning.
Well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see. Oh, well, you're not gonna know till the last minute. You
Yeah,
might
no,
not know
that's
till the
fine.
last minute, so.
Yeah, we'll just.
But I'll be in close contact with Janet.
Okay.
I think we have in our policies or bylaws that
Are you
could
gonna be
you call in, not that I would want you to, but would that, I
Oh, I
don't know what
probably-
you're having
I
done,
probably
but, okay. Would that, does that count then as be part of the quorum? We would have to look, we'll look into that.
I'll
Yeah,
be on
so-
a plane.
We did allow
Yeah.
calling in.
I don't, I'll be, like if Alan calls in, I'll look into the
Oh, Alan
policy.
could make the quorum?
If we were having issues with quorum.
Yeah, okay.
Well, if Amanda's here, we should be
Yeah,
okay,
I think
right?
you should be fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Oh.
You just want to be Mr.
All in
Seconds
favor?
today, don't you?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay.
All right,
Seven,
motion
no.
carries.
You guys have a
Goodbye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.